That was a software update. That's what kicked Jess and I, like a required phone software update, if you know what that is. I'm not saying I do. You know what I mean? Even when I was setting this one up, it was like, yo, update complete. Okay. And I was like, okay. Oh, fuck. Ooh, I don't know, man. What's this up? I suppose it's okay. Cheers, everybody. Coffee now, man. The regular alcohol is literally having to go. You don't have to believe me, but you'll see. The liberal alcohol is a thing of the past. 11 units a week, max. That's that part that really needs to be left behind, man. There's other growing pains I'm going through as well. No big deal. Everybody knows. But that's one thing that's got to be left behind a little bit behind. It doesn't serve us anymore. It doesn't serve us anymore. You know? Fuck a thing that doesn't serve us anymore, in my opinion. If you get it, fuck it. It doesn't serve us anymore. Off grid wore pink or red, at least bright red, right? Pink to soften his image. Go to town, soften his image, have half a burrito with a lady, bam. You know what I mean? There you go, off grid. Off grid is a winner today. This is what I'm saying, man. People have been blowing my mind with their caring, their helpfulness, their community, man, their outreach. Now you tell me that that isn't something. Off grid purposefully softened up his colors because I was saying, hey, the orange got me a little better yesterday. And he went all the way down to pink, bright red and white anyway, you know, and went out there and shared half his lunch with the lady. I mean, what are we talking about here? Like, the man's a lion. Like that's a lion. That's a move that a real king makes, to help out and to just do it right. That man's a king. I love that move. I can't wait to talk to him about it. I haven't yet. I haven't yet. Can't wait. Speaking of, I know. Speaking of which, there you go. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about, man. Speaking of which, oh, the Fae people, they do play, don't they? The running of the Fae. Bum 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 bum. Wow, wow. Who wants to play Connect Four? Put a seven in the chat. Put a seven in the chat. It's my turn to go first, man. Who wants to play Connect Four? It's my turn to go first. Where do they be? Oh. What up, kid? Hey, kid, don't mess around, man. You still got a couple more days of school this week and this year. And we get out of that, dude, we're just going to hang out in Haymarket, eh? We'll be good next fucking summer. This summer's going to be awesome, my brother. Put a 7 in the chat, man. Let's play. It's my turn to go first. I pick my color to be yellow, but, you know, we alternate first turns. It's just my turn this time. It's not a big deal, you know? Ugh, it won't sit on my head anymore. Need a little more hair, man. Thanks for the like, man. I appreciate it. Oh, I really do. Thank you. The fucking muted list, Minnie. Tell me there's a muted list. Huh. I'm being trolled, brother. We're gonna remove some more mods. I'm being trolled, brother. If you want to play, put 7 in the chat. I'm going first. It's my turn. I'll be yellow. You can be red, eh? That ain't cool, man. Yeah, I don't have enough hair to hold it up. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Yeah, I got some stories to ask and tell and ask and tell, you know. I do. So I'll go first. I mean, I'm not going to go yet. You got to accept, a willingness to play or whatever. It's about exertion, physical and mental exertion. Put yourself to the challenge. Bring it down. Bring it down now. I'm going first, but if you'd like to play, put 7 in the chat there. It'll be on my head. Oh, Ari, do you want to play? You have to go to bed. You're not going to play. Ari, you got to go to bed. There's only a couple more days this week and a couple more days this year. Let's get through it. Let's pay the rent. Let's do everything. Yeah, the last one with Jess, man, I got cut off because, I literally had to do a software update on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So here, where I wonder if there's a more proud, a more proud and prone stance that I should take. Yeah. Beautiful Afghan hemp papers, man. $2 Afghan hemp papers. Awesome. They're awesome, dude. Cheers, y'all. Who wants to play Connect 4? Put 7 in there. I'm going first. I'm going to be yellow. I didn't put anything in there. Even though I would go first, I might as well put it in there. But I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Much more fun to play with a worthy adversary like you. We can get it done quick. We can make a quick game of it. You know what I mean? Quick mess of it. Oh, fuck the shovel, they say. Even Jakey, man. Jakey, if you send me an email, I'll send you the join in link, man. I do have one, I'll put some spinner in them. I want to play Connect 4, put 7 in the chat. I'm going first, but I didn't start it until somebody engages. Please engage. Don't feel intimidated. It's just a game. We'll patty cake as hard as we can on that glass screen that you got after that. We'll do it after that. You can knock your whole bitch ass system over. I'm not even drinking anymore after this. Done. I drank it already, man. I'm not even drinking anymore after this. Y'all don't believe it, but you'll see. You know what I mean? I got a different mindset. I got a different mainframe too. Who's gonna play Connect Four? Put 7 in the chat. I got a different mainframe, Mike. Darling, you gotta go to sleep, my baby girl. Excuse me, you freaking mouse. You gotta go to sleep. We got a week of school. It's only a couple. Yeah, darling. Yes, drug. Yes, nerd. Walk by. Don't kick my shears. But go. But go. Nerd. Please remember, we got to get through school. Take math easy, dude. Take the numbers easy. Don't worry about it. Be cool about it. All right? You remember how we have to work together, right? Hey, how's your water thing been going there with the on and off? You got it? Back there. You know what I'm saying. You got it? You're the fucking pimp, yo. You're the pimp. I love having intelligent killer kids, dude. You know what I'm saying, daughter? You're the only freaking minor. You're the only freaking femme. But you guys are so smart. I don't have to worry about anything. So cheers to you, your generation. Little liberal nuts and hippies. Fruits and nuts and baskets. Fruits and nuts and baskets and hippies they are. You little bag of nuts.
Little liberal
Get out of
nuts,
here, you little liberal bag of nuts. Fruits and nuts and pancakes. You're all a bunch of flippity flabbers. Yes, Snarbelly Steeches and Starbelly Sneeches. Coconuts. No butts, no cuts, and no coconuts. You know you're left out. The Starbelly Sneeches. Who's gonna play, man? Who's gonna play Connect Four? I go first, but put 7 in, and I got it. I got it. I can't leave it on my head, man. I need more hair again one day or whatever. You know. Nice. Satoshi. Satoshi Crypto. Yes, we can only do it, legitimately with my hand. I can't just leave it on my head, dang it. Can't. Unfortunately, we can't just leave it on my head. I'm done with dropping it, dude. It's been all day. All right, put 7 in the chat if you want to play. There's a couple of join in links. Join in. Links. Cheers, everybody. Got a fatty going. Mm-hmm. Smoking a fatty with a baddie. Swimming with the beautiful women. Having a good time. I'm done with it, man. I that's my 40 I drank, and it was the second one. Oh shit, there's some left. I'm not gonna drink it. I'm not gonna drink what's left. I'm gonna pour it out on the ground tomorrow. for those homies passed, as they say. I'm literally gonna keep that. Not gonna drink it. I'm gonna pour it out because I'm not regularly gonna drink, man. I can only do 11 servings a week. So I love those two things, but those 240s, but I'm leaving them behind tonight. It's what I had, and it's not what I need anymore. You'll see. I've only basically streamed drunk for like a year and a half. I spent like 4 days not. Those were weird days, but they're not going to be weird days anymore. If and when you shall see. Oh, cheers to ya. Oh, just some coffee for the gullet and the mind. Just some coffee for the gullet and the mind. Pop tape, brah. Pop tapes. It says mix, with the two X's. That means it's a good mix. You see this pop tape right here? Right here? Yeah. It says MIXX. That's the good mix. The one with two X's. You know? What a beautiful piece of artifact right there. A pop tape. Music Pop by Sony. Look at them colors. And it says MIXX, which means what's inside has brujeria in it. There's brujeria in there for sure. Brujeria is in it. Matanueros or something. I don't know what's in it, but I bet you brujeria is it. Off-grid tapes. Holy shit. Holy sheep shit. Off-grid. Did you get new subscribers, sir?
What's happening?
Did you get new subscribers off-grid?
A couple maybe.
I think you did. I just saw because when I let you up, it shows the number. I was like, I think you got like 3 or 4 more subscribers.
Yeah, it's been kind of like the last month or so, maybe gained like 10 or 15 or something.
In a month, it's pretty damn good. I was chipping at it to get 30 based on my birthday, and I did. But last year, that's when I flipped from like 700 to like whatever. Like I got a huge birthday influx last year between the 12th and the 20th. I just kept working it.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Well,
And then
what you been
Valentine's,
talking
man,
about on the show tonight?
not much. I was just flapping my gums, waiting for somebody to join me. Now, Jessica was up, and then I got like this mandatory. Oh shit, you had one too, huh? It was like a phone update.
Oh yeah. I couldn't do a chat. I couldn't send a damn text message without doing an update or something.
Oh shit. Oh shit. It happened the same day. I'm like, is it OSS? I mean, I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? Why? But that's what kicked me off. I had Jessica
New
up. I was talking to her, and then this thing was mandatory phone update.
Well, I was just hearing something about GPT 3.0 or something, but that's been out for some time now. But they're probably upgrading our whatever, our AI on our phones or something.
So this is what I think is going on a lot of these websites, right? See, now they have this really jokey fucking thing where, they say we need data centers. And so whenever you do like a live operation, it doesn't go remotely all the way to their computer. Some of it's handled in the middle. You
Yeah.
see? So they're using this like third party, a generation of information, like this little packet thing and this little
Right.
packet farm. But what these weird fucking sites are doing to you right now, because you can check your CPU usage, you know what I mean? And watch it
Yeah.
count. What they're
Yeah.
doing now is they use packets on your phone to like basically crypto mine and data mine. They use your
Yeah.
storage for the 4 minutes that you watch Twitch or something. My son is a Twitch streamer. Okay. I'm not saying them specifically or something, right? But
Uh-huh.
literally, when you sign in and they say prove you're a human and they give you the captcha, they fucking their little worm ass is using your data space to crypto mine because they make money every minute you watch if they crypto mine.
You know,
Theoretical
I was
money.
I was just talking
Money
about
that
this
they'll
earlier,
never
and like
cash out. But look what they're doing to you.
like ho- I know you're real, Joe, because you sent me something in real life, but um
It's
like
hard to know.
so some people like, yeah, AI is getting so good, how do you know?
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
if you have a bunch of AI followers and a bunch of AI that chats in your chat, and like they could keep you busy forever with the just
Yeah.
AI and a powerful enough computer.
I used to have there's role players everywhere, So I used to have the SKs, they're the serial killers, and they used to come together and talk for a while. And Jessica kicked them out a couple of times, and I was like, please don't do that. Like, I don't mind. There's like 8 of them. They come up here, they play their game. They're basically just saying hi and like taking the attributes of, whatever their character is for like 5 minutes. And they just hang out. So they give us like an hour of watch time toward times all of them, leave them alone, and they've been kicked out a couple of times. So, I mean, there's so many levels to the internet because it's just like it's a mental game. The difference between AI and humanity is something that you have to cultivate. So I can see it. Like you said, I'm real because this, and that. I can see it. But I used to spend
Right.
2 hours in Yahoo in the little fucking chat box. When I was on my email, checking my email, I would just send bots messages because I was trying to find all their trigger words, and I could. So they have recorded canned answers to every trigger, and you trigger them by accusing them. Say, are you a script? And they'll be like, script, I never got an acting job. Are you a bot? If I was a bot, why would I be wearing this hat? And then stuff like that, and just like
Like,
just trigger
but
them.
you smell like a bot. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you seem very ass. I would like to fuck you in bot. And they'll be like, I'm not a bot. Why would you say that? And you're like, did you read the rest of the sentence? And they're like, ass. You want to see mine? They have like recorded answers for that too. You know what I mean? So they can salaciously pull you in. Anything that's somebody's fucking vice, computers attacking people's vices. It's like as if Terminator is a real thing. We're all under Cyberdyne, or whatever. Is that
right.
shit real? Is that shit real?
It let me say hi twice. So I was like, okay, I'll say hi again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know what that thing is. I've been using it too, but I don't know if I engage it or just it comes up.
It's I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
just there on the vertical format. I don't think you can control
Right.
it, or at least not from the mobile anyway. Maybe you can turn it on and off from a computer or something.
Well, since you're modded up and you can chat, drop your link like twice. And the reason
I
I
don't
say
even
so is I can't tag you up, I don't think.
I don't even have a chat box.
Well, you said hi. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't even have a chat box. I'm
What do
like,
I do if I want to chat? Yeah, I have to use my other phone, I guess.
yeah, you have to be on a second phone. It'll let
See
me
how
say hi
like
a third
see how
time.
naive I am? You know what I mean? Like even today when we were talking, I was like, how do I let myself down on your channel? I don't know. I'm like so
I,
naive because nobody
I
wants to
think it's
help.
I think it's the same X up in the top corner. Like there's an X up there.
Oh,
But for
just
me
to
to let you
end.
down, yeah, like
Yeah.
you can see right now, it's in the bottom middle. If what to kick me off or to
Oh, I know how
let me
to let
down or
you
whatever.
down. Yeah, from my side. But I didn't know
Right, it
from
went
my
from a
side when I was watching you. I was just like, oh, that'll close the window, maybe not let me down. I had a
yeah.
meeting today, a Zoom meeting, you know what I mean? And literally, since the host didn't kick me off, I had to turn off my phone and I pointed it at the
You're like, I
ground,
can't.
you
Oh, sometimes
know?
it's yeah. I've been on Zooms,
Yeah.
and sometimes it doesn't want to let you off. Like you hit it 3, 4 times, and it's still recording. You're like, I'm like, I.
It
You're
was the
like,
host who didn't let me off, you know, and she was just hanging there. She wasn't even looking at her computer anymore. She was just in her room, and I was like,
I used to,
"You
yeah,
didn't
I
kick
used to
me
do the
out."
same thing. Just restart my phone or power it down. I was like, no, end it now, end it now.
Yeah, yeah, because that's crazy, man. Because you know, the next thing after I had a meeting, I had to go to the bathroom, man. I'm not taking the. I don't like taking the phone to the bathroom anyway, but you know, if I did, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
Hell yeah. Well, I got a fresh one packed up here.
There you go, man. I'm smoking this one, but let's see. Oh shit, my little grinder is empty. Where is some bud? I need some fucking bud, man. I'll be right back.
I
I don't
just
have
dropped
it.
that water at the neighbor's house. That's where I was there for a minute.
How much?
It took him 100, like 170 gallons.
Now I know the water's free, but you just invested in vessels and whatnot. So did he
Uh,
share any of the expense?
no, he's just a neighbor friend.
I know he's a
He's
neighbor and friend, but he should still share expense. I'm being honest with you off
but
grid. I'm
yeah,
being as
but
completely honest with you as I can because you brought it all the way up there, and
yeah,
it's just a matter of respect.
a little
It's
money
just
for
token.
diesel fuel would be nice, you know.
It's token money, dude. Jimmy, like I literally like contractually buy him out when he plays the drums, right? You know how much I pay? Maybe $15 a song. It ain't nothing. It's just, you know, ornamental. But I do it and I buy him out and I say, your performance credit is paid for. It might be a fucking Arby's combo today or a nug. You know what I'm saying? But I bought him out every time. And we
Right.
just do that because if you do business right, then all niceties can be assumed. You know what I mean? So you never fight with your person. You're always friends because you've already taken care of business. Now it's like we're off work, so now we're just kicking it. You know, it's a 4 o'clock bell. We're just having a chat, whatever. So I really think, yeah, of course. Like how much diesel fuel? He, you know, if he kicked you $6, $7, right?
I
It's
mean,
not a
yeah, that would
bunch of
help.
money.
Hell yeah,
It's not a bunch of
that
money,
help.
but it makes sense. It's like half of
Yeah,
what you drove,
right.
and you drove it for him, and you drove it for you. You know, I
Yeah.
figured out these buttons that Minnie, you know, just got. I net amount, and they're going to show up in his hands, and he'll be happy. But net amount, I made $24.
Yeah, I'm too nice, Joe. That's all it is.
It's not about
I'm,
nice. It's not about. I know you're too nice, but it's not about nice. I'm too nice too, but it's not about nice. We can be nice forever, you know.
yeah.
But what you did today wasn't just nice. It was like king. It was like valiant. You know, you cut your burrito in half. You gave half to the woman. You hung out with her. You talked.
I
Tell
mean, yeah,
everybody that story. You
people
know,
think I'm a shitty person, so but they're
tell that
wrong.
story. Tell that's not from me. Tell it. You know, tell it from you. I need to go get buds anyway. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm still smoking this joint, but man, my grinder is empty. I need some real buds. I'm fucking
Hell
hungry.
yeah.
I'm hungry. I'll be right back. Tell them.
Yeah, who's up in here?
I don't know.
Burrito. Hey, Sean. Yeah, there was this homeless girl. She'd been struggling for years on and out of shit and on the streets and off the streets. And I've helped her over the years here and there, give her some candy and whatever. And this morning I saw her and she's crawling out from behind the gas station, her and her dog, and on the streets again. And she was crying and wasn't having a good morning. And I walked over and I asked her, I said, "Are you having a good day? You doing all right?" And she said, no, she wasn't doing all right. And she's all crying. And the woman's probably 50 years old. And
That's about my age.
yeah, and she's having trouble. And so I decided before I walked over there, I gave her half of my burrito. I cut it up for her. I cut it nice with my knife and wrapped it back up. And I walked over there, and that was what I was going to give her before I ever asked her anything. I just
So
give her that
you
burrito.
got like you got takeout burrito with whatever you wanted. Where was that from?
It was just it from the gas station. They have some
Okay.
all right, like it was potato and eggs and sausage and
Oh
cheese
yeah.
and green chili.
They have a hard time calling them burritos where I'm from. They always call them tacos if it's breakfast. But anyway, exactly. I
Right.
know what you're talking about. And you guys have green chili, and that's the shit because, if you're in Arizona and you get the hatch, you really get the green chili. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you guys have really good food, by the way, and I understand. They usually call them tacos around. Sometimes they call them breakfast burritos. But the whole point is, I don't know if it was foil wrapped or plastic wrap, but you took it out, you cleanly cut it, you gave it to her. She's somebody that you've run into before, and you asked her how she was doing. And before you
Yeah.
even left, you put yourself in light colors of pink so that you could go out there and put a light face on yourself. Yeah, and have people, you know what I mean? Like purposefully, you were going out to be a good guy already. And then you did it.
Yeah. And
And,
I
and
got
like
totally
Sean
got
says,
her to go from
burrito.
crying and worrying about all her problems. I got her to smile a few times and laugh, and she told me her day was going to be a little bit better now.
Heck yeah, man.
Said,
Yeah, you
thank you for being friendly.
if you can get 3 or 4 laughs in like 40 minutes, for somebody's day, I mean, it goes a long way. They're gonna fall asleep eventually, right? I mean, if they could be happy for the next 3, 4 hours, cool, cool. What else can you do? You're only one man,
Right?
and you've
Yes.
seen
I
her
mean,
around, and whatever her circumstances are, obviously, she's kind of come to them on her own way in her life, and those things, if they're going to change, it is not because of you. You're not going to change
no,
those
yeah.
things.
No, I'm not there to judge her or nothing, but food, she is eating it too right there, right away.
Hmm.
She said she didn't even know she was hungry. And as soon as she started eating, she started feeling better, you know?
She didn't even know she was hungry, but she started. I'm hungry, so I know I would feel better, but I need to lose weight, so I'm not. I'm ignoring it, but I got that little, like you said about the fucking the taproot that's trying to find its way. I have that little worm in my stomach that's like, where's the food? It's like this little liquid that's searching around, trying to enzymize something that isn't there, and I just got to ignore it. But hey, she's been like probably starving for 3, 4 days and didn't know she was hungry. Like, if you gave me even a frozen burrito right now, not even a breakfast burrito, but just a damn bean and cheese from Taco Bell or 7-Eleven or whatever, I would feel so grateful. I'm
Yeah.
denying myself because I've already eaten. It's not like that person. That person hasn't eaten for a couple of days. I've already eaten. That's why I'll deny myself and walk through and use this
Yeah,
up.
well, I probably should have gave her the whole burrito, but I decided
Oh
that,
heck
that I
no.
wanted
No, you
half of
never
it.
should. No, no, you never should, man. My son, he wanted, we celebrated his birthday a good four times. We overindulged, but one of them was a trip to go out to have dinner with his buddy and his father, and his father brought his sister, and they were all together and they hung out and everything, right? Well, my wife, she's kind of stressing this, and she's going, and I'm like, don't worry, I'm pulling $141 to pay for everybody. I said, I'm the host. Whatever happens, I pay for everybody. You know what I mean? No, no issue. And when it came to it, he was like, "Can we pay?" Father was, "Can we pay for this?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I said, "We'll just handle the tip." You know what I mean? Now, that's because I know the respect that they have. The fact that he loves the fact that his son has a buddy as much as I love the fact that my son has a buddy that can hang out. And they're young adults. We give them more leeway than the previous generations. Our grandparents would have called them losers or whatever. It's like you're 19 and you're not running around with your M16 yet. You know what I mean? What's wrong with you, kid? You're a loser, right? But no, we have different expectations. So, you know, at that point, this is where I say, no, don't share the whole burrito. See, that's not the right motivation. At that point, when I was like, okay, cool, I get you. I'm not going to contest that. Next time we go to the other place, I'll take it. and I brought the money because I hosted you and I didn't have any expectations. I got money for you. And so he paid that. And then my wife all of a sudden wanted to overtip. And I said, nope. I said, that's a trap. You're going to give this person false expectations. Don't give this person extra money. Give them reasonable, good amount of money like you. She's in that business. She's a bartender. You know what I mean? And her other job, she's a manager, so it's not a tip thing, but she's a bartender and she's been a waitress for decades. I met her when she was a Red Lobster waitress. You know, she was a Red Lobster waitress. She was overstressed. Some other dude, uh, didn't show up for the date that night. Chick I was talking to didn't show up for. I was going to go to Bowling for Columbine in DC with this girl from community college, and it was 2001, and the sniper was on that street where our community college was, and he hit that gas station that's between school and the place I was supposed to meet her, and she called the damn place and said it was a diner and said, I'm not coming, let Joe know. And I was like, really? Like, and she was like, nah, there's too much heat, She didn't want to get hit by the sniper that was there 2 weeks ago. It's like, well, he's not coming back, is he? If he does, he's pretty dumb. But I met her like that, you know what I mean? Just serendipity. But I don't know, man.
Cheers, Jessica and Funny Guy and Space Monkey.
Heck yeah, man. How's it going, funny guy? Funny guy likes he likes to push me a little, even get kicked out if he can. Let's see. Put the hot dogs in the freezer for cheap chili dogs. Okay. He's not even pushing me today. Funny guy. Oh, he did it. He did it. Oh, he's scared of the dark. Oh, you got it, funny guy. You got me.
Oh
He's
no.
not a hateful person. That's not a hateful statement, guys.
Oh good Lord.
Hey man, you ever been in my neighborhood at night, Mike? When people close their eyes, everything disappears.
That's my neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Be lucky if you have tires on your car when you wake up in the morning.
Mm. Joe's back. What's up, off grid? Yeah, I am back. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, those are cheap chili dogs. Do you know, like my sister and I, we did eat hot dogs out of the freezer and we ate mustard sandwiches.
I got like 4 or 5 packs of hot dogs in the freezer right now.
Right,
That's
right. But we ate them as like meatsicles. We would like be like, ah, I'm dying,
oh,
cur.
eating
We
them
would eat them as a
frozen.
meatsicle. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll suck it on a frozen hot dog.
Yeah, my sister and I, because she's like less than a year younger than me. 6 days we're the same age. So this year we were the same age as well. 6 days we're the same age. Yeah, we used to take one hot dog out of the freezer, break it in half, eat it like a little meatsicle, like,
Remember,
ugh. And
remember,
then we would have mustard
remember,
bread.
Pendeo means my very good friend.
My friend. Bendeco. It's not pendejo. It's not the proper asshole pendejo, but it's bendeco. It's bend over bendeco. It's like a new style of architecture. Bendeco. Ben means son of. So it's son of Art Deco. It's Bendeco. Arthur
No,
Jr. Bendeco.
they're-
Sangria. Yeah, that means blood, but that's the best drink. Oh my gosh. Okay, bro. Bait car? Okay, I don't know what that means, but
Bro, there's
hey, Jess,
bait
how you
cars are.
doing?
The state patrol puts cars on the highways and stuff that are for car thieves to want to try to steal them, and they put GPS in them and cameras and different things and they call them bait cars.
Okay, so the problem, I mean, the way that this works is stolen property, it doesn't matter unless it's worth enough. So it has to be worth over $2,000 a piece. So they also put bait like bicycles. They put $2,000
Oh man.
Rolls Royce bicycle in the middle of fucking Oregon, and
Uh-huh.
like people there steal it. If I saw that shit, I'd be like, that's not from here. It's not even dirty. You know what I mean? It's not like finding a surfboard in in Venice. Of course you're going to find a surfboard in Venice. Are you going to find a Rolls Royce bicycle in the middle of Oregon? No. So keep walking because that's the cops. Don't steal that bike that isn't even
Right.
locked up. That isn't even locked up.
They
You're
have
under
such a
surveillance.
problem. Yeah, they have such a problem outside of Anchorage, Alaska and stuff with car theft and stuff,
Yeah,
that there's bait cars all over and people know what the bait cars are. They fuck with the bait cars. They like
right.
spray paint them, they stab all the tires, they drug them off into the ditch farther and stuff. Like they're not gonna steal that car.
There you go,
Smash
man.
all the windows out of it. The kids go and mess with them.
Right. There you go, man. I mean, they deserve it, dude. They deserve it. Because
Well,
when,
they're
if
there
you
on the
guys would
side
have
of the
said it to
road.
me, I would have thought about how, like, even they did this in World War II with like plywood tanks and whatnot, right? But if you guys
Mhm.
said big car, what I'm used to is being on the highway where they put like a half of a plywood car and they paint it black and yellow so it looks like a cop car in the weeds in the fucking median. That's what a bait car is to me. You know what I mean? Because it's not
Right.
real, but it's the illusion that puts you back in order mentally. You're like, oh, I better not fuck around. I see the authority. If you're susceptible.
Yeah, I think they have something, yeah, a bait car and like the cannonball runs, they'll have bait cars that run out in front of them, buddies that are
Right.
following them on their channels and whatever that'll keep them from getting pulled over. So they run out in front of them doing 100 and whatever to get pulled over. So that way, when their buddy comes through doing 150, that the cops like already busy.
Yep. So so in the cocaine cowboys, when they were telling their stories on the highway, they would have a car in the front that had a bottle of unopened Jack Daniels or something, right there at the passenger seat. No fucking drugs in it, but everybody behind them had the drugs in it. So then when something would come up and they even if they had already pulled the other cars over, that dude would crash, smash the bottle. Because it's an emergency, the cops have to move towards the he might be hurt scene of the crash. He could crash into nothing and they still have to move, even if they've already pulled over Vato's over here. So they run over there. He smashed the bottle everywhere. They smell alcohol. They investigate. He doesn't have any on him. He doesn't have any in him. There's nothing in there, and those dudes are gone. Back in the day. Now they have little swinging satellite things that you can see everywhere that read everybody's VIN number, and they
Oh yeah,
take pictures of your new teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
forget
got
it
a
now, bro.
I got
Forget it.
a ticket that was from not even any, it was like from the company that the municipal district hired or something, a third party that was going to turn it into the state if I didn't pay it by a certain date. So I totally paid it. So it didn't get turned in. It was no points. But Gus was sitting in my lap driving the Durango.
That's amazing. Gus was driving. Man, Gus has such a sweet face. When you were looking back there, and I just saw him, and he was so patiently like, "Yeah, Dad, I know, Dad. I got that dry spot," and he was just looking at you, just like, "Okay, check it out." I mean, I feel like he's such a kind soul,
He's a good boy. Yeah. Gus
and
is a
and now I
special
know he
boy.
can drive trucks. Man, that's pretty amazing too.
Yeah, he was sitting in my lap, and totally the picture, he was right in my lap, right, like you couldn't even see me. It was just Gus.
Right,
I
right.
should have argued and said that I wasn't driving. Clearly, I wasn't driving.
Yeah, yeah. Just like you already mentioned Cannonball Run, but just like any Burt Reynolds movie, you had an animal escort that was driving you along, like the chimp or something. You know what I mean? Like that stuff's wild, man.
They told me it was a setup too, how it was done, how they had the speed trap or whatever set up.
Yeah,
I came in, like there's a school zone, but it goes like past this intersection that has a stoplight by like 100 feet or something. So I
right.
turned right coming into that, leaving the last of the school zone, and right there's where they had the van. Right, just right at the end of the sign. And they got
Okay,
me at 31 and a 20. But it was I was like, it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone. But no, they had me in that last 100 feet of that school zone.
31. Oh
And
my.
there's not even a
And then
sign
even though
for
they
the
weren't
schools.
open,
There's
say
no
like some
sky
school
sign.
zones, yeah, some
There's
school
no
zones have
sign.
hours. Yeah, they have posted hours.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't.
Well, there was no sign for letting you know it was still part of the school zone either, right there, because there's only 100 feet of it left after the intersection.
Yeah, but some of them say between 2 and 5 p.m. Like they have posted times as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so I shouldn't have had a DUI. I didn't have enough to drink to have a DUI this one time or whatever. But we were going to a bar, me and my bro, that drew this bird of freedom that I have, which is like it's kind of like the predator bird from Star Trek, but different. Anyway, he and I had gotten kicked out of this pool hall for like the fifth time in my life. I've been kicked out of there for different reasons, different times. But this time it was them not letting us go to the bathroom, and then we were like knocking on the door, brought them out, and like pissed all over the front. And they were like, "You're banned." So when we weaseled our way back in, we thought we got away with it. We were quiet. We had our drinks. We got back in the car. You know, I start pulling out. I'm like 3 minutes away. I wasn't even like, I wouldn't have been illegal, or whatever, because we just had like a couple of pitchers of light beer and whatnot over time and sweated it out listening to music and, being out there. And so I make this like 2 minute thing to get back on the highway. It's 2 minutes nothing. It was like 17 seconds away, and I get pulled over. And so I went back and drove it and like counted it. It was like 17 seconds to get into this turn lane that I'm waiting to get on the highway for. They pull me over. I'm not even moving. You know what I'm saying? So I get pulled over. We go through all that rigmarole, but I've already been through this shit. So I don't say anything. I put my hands up. I turn it off. I take the key out. You know what I mean? Like, and I walk to the back of the vehicle. Um, I had some like uh, boots that I took them off. You know what I mean? Like I just walked out there like a victim. Because I'd already been through this shit. So I walked out there. They started trying to put me through the paces, and my friend got upset. He got upset, and I was just like, just shut up, man. You know what I mean? Just shut up, man. And so when they wrote this report, I did all these moves and shit, right? In like the 17 seconds to drive, I did all these moves of like 48 different directions. Bullshit. I was just waiting for a light to tell me I could turn. And I just told him to shut up, but he pissed him off too because he was like, "You're just fucking with this guy." You know what I mean? And he was mad because he's a friend. And he wasn't going to get in trouble. And that's what I said. I said, go sit back in the car. It's fucking my property. They won't bother you. Just go sit in the car. And he was like, no. He was like, fuck this guy. Fuck this little guy pushing him around. He was mad. And so we all got in trouble. And that's how it went down. Um, and what was the point of all that? The point of all that was I don't know. I did everything I could. I did everything right. I didn't get in trouble because they didn't have anything to peg me on. But I had to pick up the car the next day because I just kept it quiet. And they said, okay, we didn't test you. You have your lawyer. I have my lawyer's card as well. On the back of the card, it says, my client refuses any tests or voluntary signatures or blah, blah, blah. Contact me later or he will. That's what it says. And so I give them the card and they do all that. They know who he is. You know what I mean? And so I just go through the bullshit. Then they put it in like a, a wrecker yard or whatever overnight. I go get it. This is what I find out. On the passenger side, there's huge chalk marks on both tires. They just went and they went. I didn't see him because I'm the driver. I walk in on the driver's side. They chalked my car when I was in the parking lot of the place that didn't like us anymore. So that's how they caught us in 15 seconds because they marked us. And if he was cool, it would have went well too. But they actually like literally just marked us. Look at those tapes, says Ever. What's going on, Ever? What's going on, Jess? Oh, I'm sorry, funny guy. You'll be back later. Your humor was getting dark. Dude, that other guy, Fathom Work, I had to get rid of him. He was not being funny. He was being disgusting. And you gave him a speech the day before, so I hated that. You know, he's Canadian, I think. Fathom Work. He talks about hockey. You know him?
I've seen him around, a few times, I think.
I think you gave him a skin color speech and he was like, oh, yeah, yeah. But nah, he was doing the same thing the next day. He was just throwing at me and he kept going harder, you know?
Hmm.
It
I
was
don't remember
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
remember
you
that.
probably didn't see the second part, but the day before, I think you gave him a little bit of a speech. It's like, you know, how irrelevant it is where where they come from on the earth and what their skin color is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've told somebody that before.
well, I don't think that's a good person, man. I don't know. You know, I'll let him speak for himself soon. Poppy Carl can't smile like Tapes. Oh, of course, because he doesn't look like Kevin Costner. He looks like Russell Crowe. He's not scuffed Russell Crowe. He's stuffed Russell Crowe. He's like back in New Zealand back there. I said all the birds in Australia are fit because they run away from goons like you, Poppy Carl. That's how they get in shape. But anyway, he's we got Kevin Costner. We got stuffed Russell Crowe. If
Kevin
anybody watches
Costner.
Ghostface, I don't think Ghostface is nice to me. I mean, he gets really mean, and Poppy Carl has the same problem. But if anybody watches him, he's like mini Scott Stabb, that guy from Creed. He's like mini Creed guy. I'll send you a Creed picture. I have a really good Creed picture of that guy that my friend just sent me, where a guy met him outside. He was literally hitting people up for money, like at a convention or something. And the guy was like, "Hey, can we take a quick picture?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." That's
Hmm.
so funny. He was like, "Oh yeah." He figured like 1,000 more people would know he was there. My wife had this thing where like Corn was supposed to have a meet and greet at her restaurant. She worked at a Buffalo Wild Wings. Corn was supposed to have a meet and greet because it was within like 3 miles of the venue, right? But it didn't translate to anybody. All the people at the Corn show are in the parking lot, probably huffing balloons of something, and they're asking people to show up and meet them at Buffalo Wild Wings down the road, so nobody does. So they were furious, and like obviously they didn't even sit down. They were just like, "This is bullshit, man." Corn was in a restaurant. This is bullshit, man. That's so funny, man. That's so funny. Nobody came. Zero. Not one person heard that on the radio and showed up. Nobody. How? How is that irrelevant? You know what I mean? It's wild.
I saw Willie Nelson getting out at the gas station at the C store before a show one time. But I didn't
Really?
I was just in the gas station, so I thought it'd be totally weird to go turn around and go right back into the gas station. So I just stayed in the parking lot and watched.
Right? Right?
Or
Were you truck
he
driving?
totally he totally walked into the C store and bought whatever and then walked back out to the bus and then they went right to the show.
That's awesome. Was that near
He
Red
bought
Rocks or
some
what?
Yeah, I was at Red Rocks.
Red Rocks is fantastic. Red
Yeah,
Rocks
he
is
was just
awesome, man.
they waited till the last minute before the show, just cruising around instead of sitting up there in the parking lot.
Aw, Ever's trying to be nice. He says Thanksgiving, Russell Crowe. I'll just say like I'll say what is it? Abundant, fortunate Russell Crowe. Thanksgiving stuffed. Tapes can be a movie star. We already
Uh,
know Costner, I suppose.
Field of Dreams too, huh? If you build it, they will come.
Oh, I don't know, man. You have to ask the Mandela effect about that one. I don't know what they say now.
What do I build a football? I could build a football stadium, and maybe then New Mexico will have a pro football team.
Oh shit! Why? Why don't you? You know what? New Mexico, right? Let's talk about it. Like, you know, it's more native and whatnot. So why not have it be? You know, what is that? What is that game they play, man? Lacrosse, like the Native American game, lacrosse.
Right? Yeah.
Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you start the New Mexico Lacrosse League or whatever? I mean, that
Well,
would
we
be.
have soccer. Soccer's popular here.
Yeah, but lacrosse is literally a Native American game, from what I understand. I mean, it has a French name, but I've heard that it's a Native American game. That's pretty cool,
Oh yeah, be in the sign. I could be in the Signs remake.
right?
Oh,
Any M Night Shyamalan movie, obviously.
hell yeah, I got the village right over here.
I know. I have another copy for you, but there's something stuck to it, like I don't know. It's like a fucking piece of chocolate or a Tootsie Roll. That's the problem.
Well,
It's already.
mine's got straight up water damage like crazy all over the paper. I'm like,
Well, the only reason I want to send you that one is because mine is like a dark cover and yours is another. This is one that's cut. They're worth nothing when they're cut, but hey,
yeah,
but
mine's
there's
just
like
a
a
is
fucking
a
Tootsie Roll stuck to it, man. I don't know why there's a piece of chocolate on it.
mine's one of those Academy Award screeners.
See you later,
And
hobo. Yeah, yeah, that's why I know it's different. Yeah.
from the ones from what I saw online, Joe, right now there's one of those box sets available from some year. I don't know what year, but it's like a 10 movie box set and it has every one that was considered or whatever for that year or whatever.
Oh, for your
And one
consideration box set. Yeah.
like in a big box, like all together. And that was selling for like $300 or something. But individually they're still going for like 20 to 30 bucks or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's like over here, I
That's
got
what they're marked at. I don't know what they're if they're actually selling, but
over here I've got like a History Channel tape, right? And they just put it in a generic history folding box. And then they put the tape that they made, they put a white label on it that was printed. It was 1 hour of TV, and I have a couple of them. But back in those days, at the end of the show, they would say, send $5 for a transcript, 29.95 for a videotape. They would send you a videotape of some show that you saw on TV for 30
that's
fucking
all.
dollars. Like it was big money. I mean, and
Coca-Cola
so I
did a
have
bunch of
tapes like that.
promotional.
And it's just like, what? No, they printed them on demand if you wanted it. You want to watch it later? Just send us $30. We'll send you this hour of tape. It's so crazy. Like, think about that now.
Like I
People will
guess
be like, send me the link. Send me the link. And they'll be like, okay, well, it's going to be $2. And they'll say, nope, never mind. $2 wouldn't be, they couldn't even invest that nada amount of money into a link to a video program that they saw on TV they might want to see again. People used to spend $30 and work and wait 4 to 6 weeks for shipping and literally just wait there and sit on their hands with $30 gone. Just wait.
yep.
Like we lived in a very it was a good world that I grew up in because even when we were young kids, 8, 10, whatever, and they came to school and they brought those like sell all this shit out of the magazine things or whatever. What happened was we started learning how to make contracts even when we were 8 and 10 years old. So that was cool. Because in the world you really have to run yourself, your household, and whatever beyond as a business. So at least we learned that, there's consequences, you have contracts. I have a video membership. If I don't return it, they're going to fine me. If I don't really give it back at all, you know what I mean? They're going to fine me and they're going to charge me out on the material cost or whatever. So we had to learn to actually have contracts. I delivered papers at 8 years old. I worked at a fucking carnival at 8 years old. I did anything I could because when I was 6 years old, sitting there with a wallet that I'd lost for a couple days and I found it and there's a $5 bill staring at me. I'm like, I need more. I need more of these. Very short sighted, not the way to go in life. But I wasn't 14, I was 6. So by the time I was 8, I was trying to stack up dollars. And by the time I was 14, I was like, this isn't what we're looking for anymore. I became a little more independent and self-contained. I made everything cheaper. I made everything on a budget for a while, and then after that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I thought I could do certain things like trades that I learned, and I learned them, but I just don't care. I don't have any passion for it, so it's hard to do something like that. You know,
I
Metallica's
used to.
awesome, and Metallica's awesome, and they play all the time, right? So they have a website. Every live show they have, right, is available for download. Some dude, whether he has to draw it or pull digital assets together, has to make a fucking CD cover, essentially digitally, for every show they ever play. There is not enough money in the world for me to try to make 4 record covers this week for the same show that's been played in different cities. Like, that's so soul killing to me. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why should it have 4 unique artistic covers? It's the same show in 4 different places. What the fuck? That blows my mind, man. If I can't have some sort of value out of what I do, I can't do it. The money's different. The money is I'll get that somewhere. I think I'm gonna run a fireworks stand in July. It's 11 days. I probably net $7,000.
Wow, that's pretty
And
great.
all they do, they deliver it. You're just an independent contractor who is the owner operator for fucking 11 days. You're just an IC that's an owner operator that runs his own little cash box for 11 fucking days. And they put that trailer back up and they take it home with what's left and they count what you sold, you know what I mean? And then you settle up. So I think I'll net $7,000 in 11 fucking days in July by going to my backyard. By going to my backyard because 3,000 families live in this community and they
Right.
like fucking fireworks too, you know. Everybody does. You know what I mean? It's like, who
Well,
do I
shit,
have
if
to sell it
they
on?
sell a shitload around here, if you could get your hands on the mortars,
Well,
but
yeah.
they don't want those in this state. But they're I got some this last winter or whatever from a firework guy from the New Year's Eve show or whatever. This guy bought a case of these extra smaller fireworks to give away.
So in the shows, by the way, I don't know if people know this, that's the shells. You're basically a mortar thrower at that point. You know what I mean? It's not what it's not fountains and sparklers, it's shells. It's you're sending mortars up in the air and they explode and it's
I
just
was
color.
badass watching that show from down below getting rained on by all the flaming debris and stuff. It was awesome.
Hell
Being
yeah.
underneath the fireworks show, like being underneath the grand finale, that was really awesome. The wind was perfect, like so we weren't getting nailed with too much shrapnel.
Just a bit of cinder in that. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
But the explosions going off all around you was awesome. I think they were going off in 3 different places, and we were standing right in the middle. I was standing there with this little woman, and she was like 70 some years old, and she'd done this so many freaking times. She didn't flinch at all. And she's standing there smoking a cigarette the whole time, like why they're tying up the last of the fuses and wiring everything up, and she's smoking a cigarette over there by all these fireworks the whole time,
Hell
like
yeah, man.
shaking.
Hell yeah. Yeah, just carry them. Yeah, just carry them and be like, just be like, all right, yeah, let's go ahead and we'll just carry them on, whatever. I'm not scared.
I just stood right next to her because she said she'd done this a lot of times. So I was like, all right, well, if I just stand right next to this little lady, then I should be able to survive it too.
Yeah, off grid's got you got protections against everything, cinnamon and the cross feathers and everything. You got protections about everything. Staying next to that woman was about the smartest thing you could do because nature's not taking her out. And if you're close enough, just give her a hug. They can't get you.
Right.
They won't separate you. They're
Right.
not going to get you
Apparently she didn't
tonight.
get blowed up yet. So yeah.
Right. Right. It's like a stunt man. Heck yeah, off grid, man. Thanks for hanging out. What's up, Ever? How you doing?
Hell yeah. I got a cup of coffee over here. I'm gonna go grab.
Yeah, I got
It's already
this,
it's already
this
done.
Stoke coffee, man. Stoke coffee. What's up, Ever? You still in? From ever to inferno. How about of that? Do they have that? Play From Ember to Inferno by Trivium. Here you go. Here you go. They have it. Cheers. Coffee time.
Coffee, big fat cups of coffee.
I know, I know. I saw that cup earlier. I know you're not just drinking takeouts because it's you're not going to spend that kind of money. I know you're making
I
your own
re
and putting them in
I
a.
refilled it. I
Yeah,
refilled it.
I like takeout cups. I've bought them like at Target or whatever before with the dome lids just because I'm comfortable with them.
Yeah, you can use them 3 or 4 times before they start to get a little soft on the bottom.
Yep, yep. I've been to all these crazy places off grid, and you know what? When they really want to treat you like you're a piece of human garbage, they write the date on it. So that you don't go back and try to refill it the next day. They write the date on it in front of you. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
some
yeah, they
places,
bust out the
some
they
places
bust
are
out the
like
Sharpie at the
some
register. He's
people
like,
are
bro,
like this. Some places they write like off grid in script, and they put a big heart and they say thanks latte for off grid, and they call you. And then some other places write 1/26/2007 underline don't refill tomorrow, and they treat you like garbage, dude.
today only.
Yeah.
This visit only. That's what it says at our McDonald's anyway. It says
Yeah,
this
yeah,
visit
yeah.
only. And then
Dude,
no
dude.
loitering. Only stay please keep your stay to a
15
half hour
minutes.
or less. It
Yeah,
says.
15 minutes at the table. That's it, Off grid. It's so funny that you said McDonald's because I went to this super fancy area that I used to work in, and it's worse now. Um, the little strip mall that I was in or whatever, it is like, and it's like a sci-fi movie from '74, and it's a spaceship of like Utopia. So you walk in there and they have all these little bars and like salad bars and shit and like little wine bars and liquor bars, and I mean, I want to make like a silent film by just making a series of pictures in there because to me it's absolute dystopia. It looks like a spaceship for utopia, so I want to bring like 10 people in and just have them sit in the seats and make like completely tortured French gestures, you know what I mean, from like the whole French like pantomime and that sort of industry, like make huge gut-wrenching silent gestures, and we take like a series of like 10, 11 photos and then make the music and make that the movie. Just them walking through that place with nobody noticing. Because my goodness, when I walked out on the other side, then it's this is what I'll tell you what happened. Nestle took over that building. That's what happened. So when Nestle figured out how to sell water to human beings, they became one of the richest, most powerful companies in the entire world. So they made this entire place into a complex for Nestle because they sell water. It costs nothing. Everything is a profit, 100% profit. Now you look scary, man. It sounds like hell. It's hell on earth ever. But yeah, it's like it's a nightmare in that. But it's funny that you mentioned McDonald's because I went downstairs and just walked the street and I was overwhelmed because I had walked through the housing part of it, and that's where they were treating me all nice because they really figured I was coming from like some housing unit of Nestle. And so they treated me with respect, even though I'm sure I look like a bum. They didn't see it, and they just treated me in such a way. And I left, and I walked the street. And it's funny that you said McDonald's because I saw some like hipster coffee shop that had like the flag out. It's like we're rainbow friendly and all this. So I go into that place. I get a coffee and a water. They're like, "You want still water or sparkling?" I'm like, "I don't know." So I take the sparkling water and I get sick in like 30 minutes drinking it because there's too much gas and there's no room in my stomach when I was traveling. You know what I mean? I got furiously sick. And when I went outside, all the homeless people I saw in the window, they were kicking it and chilling in McDonald's with $1.10 coffee. And I was like, what the fuck did I do? I was like, I am such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. I spent $4 on a cup of coffee and got sick drinking bubble water while every homeless guy was kicking it and chilling in the fucking McDonald's window. And I was like, I'm such an idiot. Because they
Oh
had that
yeah.
15 minutes, but they didn't. They definitely didn't enforce it. Joe Plus is Jessley. Yeah, I'm Jessley. What the heck? No more smiles. We're all smiling. Oh, he was trying to scare you. I think it's hell on earth. We're all here in a sentence. I heard. I think I asked. I think
Y'all, you, you guys are probably a little bit too old for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, huh?
I'm
When you're
not.
a kid.
I'm not because of my nephews. My
Yeah, you
nephews
remember that?
loved it. I had a connection because I was like, oh, it's like Voltron. You know, the Megatron. It's like Voltron.
Yeah,
So
looking
and
back
then
at it, it's hilarious. Yep.
yeah, no, I loved it. I loved it. I was with my sisters. They watched Ultraman. They watched when the things used to be overdubbed. They didn't even make any sense, but we watched them in the 70s. So I watched them, when I was a baby. And by the time it was like Voltron and stuff, I was way into it. That's when I tried to forge a check for the first time in my life. I wrote a $79 check from the counter at the bank and just made up details and just tried to get a Voltron off the shelf in a KB toy store or whatever. And my mom was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"What did you just do?" And I was like, nothing." And she figured it out. And she talked to them and she's like, "I'll get you the Voltron." So now I have a replacement one. Captain Planet. Yeah, man. I'm all about the
Captain
environment.
Planet. He's our
Yep.
hero. He could take us from something to zero or some shit. I don't remember.
They made a I don't know if it was college humor or some kind of shorts. They made comedic shorts where they got them back together. I think Don Cheadle was Captain Planet on that one, but they made these hilarious little shorts about it where they were all cantankerous. Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on. Actually, I was almost gonna wear that Power Ranger shirt today, but I figure it'll look better when I lose a few more pounds. Hold on one second. I'll show you. Because I literally was gonna wear it, but I'm like, nah, I'll lose some more weight first.
Gee.
It's it's got some stripes on it because I used to bleach my hair a lot and stuff. But yeah, man, because of my nephew, I love that. And I was like, I love the action scenes. It looks like they're just like at an elementary school playground and they decided to shoot them, like shoot them on just a little hill. And it's so silly. Like, I think there's probably swing sets behind. And I could totally wear this right now. But there you go.
Nice. Holy shit.
So yeah,
What a
I've been
relic.
keeping that for a while.
You just pulled that relic out of your ass. We just fucking were talking about that and
I
you
was
just
gonna
really
wear it
pulled that out.
today. I was gonna wear it today.
No shit.
I lost 12 pounds. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So you're like
And when
Red
I lose
Ranger or like I was
7
totally into
more,
the Pink Ranger.
uh, uh,
Oh, definitely. I think her name was Kimberly.
yeah, he
Oh,
used to. Yeah, he used to play with my mother. My nephew, his name was David. He used to play with my mother. He said, "I'll be Tony, you be Simberly." That's what he would say. And he would, and
shit.
then he had the gloves that went when you push the buttons, they go like they make those sounds. So
Oh,
he used to be like, "I'll be Tommy, you be Simberly," and then he said, "It's morphin' time," And Tommy's the guy who killed himself, eh? He's the guy who offed himself.
oh, really?
Yeah, the like ponytail guy, I think. The
Huh.
Black Ranger, he's always been a good actor, and he's still around, and he does good, and he's youthful, he's fucking awesome, But Tommy, who was two different colors, but Tommy with the ponytail, I believe he offed himself.
Oh,
The White Ranger.
White Ranger. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember White Ranger. Yeah, it was like a limited thing.
Yeah, he was two things. Like before, remember, you just have like blue means boy, red, pink means girl. I mean, all that shit. That's just it was all built in. Black means black. Yellow means Asian Ranger. Whatever the fuck they used to. Like it was pretty cut and dry in the initial. It was
Right?
pretty
Yeah.
cut.
The Red Ranger was like the leader, right?
Right, right, right.
The
Jason
group.
David Frank, he says. Jason David Frank. He offed himself. Yeah, because I said kaled. I said he kaled. And I don't think that's a YouTube thing. I don't think you say KYS, I don't think you're supposed to. So I said kaled and I didn't mean to, so I said
Yeah,
offed.
on a
You're
live.
supposed to say slide down the sewer.
No, I wanted to play. They wouldn't let me.
He was in Polk High, man. He led the entire division. Peg just doesn't want you to know. I asked Minnie if Polk was real yesterday because he's from Chicago. I love Minnie's Chicago voice. Like, oh, I don't know about that. I love that, like, hard that, like that Chicago shit. That's so cool to me because Perfect Strangers is my favorite show ever. You know what I mean? And whatever, whatever. But I love Chicago. Anyways, so I asked about Polk High, and it's fictional, but that's where he was, man. Number 44. Football
I would
makes
have been
sense.
a good wide receiver. Like I could run like the
You
wind.
can run.
You know,
You can run like the wind, and then as a wide receiver, when you turn around, you can also catch like a window because you got that. You got 4 feet cube like a
yeah, you could
window. You can catch like a window, so that's good.
throw it
That's
up
good.
where nobody else can catch it.
I'm the lower center of gravity, right? So I have to knock people out from the left, or right as like a side tackle or whatever. And then in basketball, I have to play a forward and just bully people, like just get in their face so they can't shoot.
Right?
Like that's all I can do. But the beauty part is the other funny little game, like that flag football or whatever. Ha ha ha. You'll never get me. I'll drag four of you guys to the end zone. You'll never get the flag off of me. I just don't want to have long hair when I play.
Yeah, I was better at basketball.
Me too. Me too. I'm
I was
very
I
short,
was
but
pretty
I'm
good.
good at basketball. Yeah.
I was pretty good at
Now,
basketball.
yeah, I'm short and good. I mean, like anybody, you can learn how to really get your J's, your jumps up, whether you're short or not, and that's all good. The problem that I had in that game was intimidation. Like when it was a new quarter or the buzzer would go off, I would get lost I really I just can't see this in real time. You know what I mean? I would get thrown off.
No, not professional.
Nah, if he was professional, he'd probably be advertising for stuff right now. We got to diversify our portfolios, ever.
Heck yeah. I'd be wearing like a champion shirt and getting paid over here and stuff.
Right, right,
Heck yeah, I
right.
played baseball. Baseball was fun too. Heck yeah.
I mean, I was so fat. I don't know why at this time they made me a catcher, dude. I mean, I
Yeah,
was
you were
too
the
fat to
catcher.
stay on the. Yeah, I had to stay on the balls of my feet,
You
and it was
had
too
big
fucking
balls. Yeah,
heavy,
you had
dude.
big balls because I couldn't do that one. Hey, Gene, get off there.
It was
Uh,
one period that they made me do that, and I'm like, I'm too heavy to stand on like 4 inches of my feet. But I did it for a few months, but it hurt, man.
Yeah, it was just too scary. The ball coming at me over and over. Like I tried the catcher position, and I was like, with the bat. It was really the bat. Like I didn't have a problem with the ball. It was the bat coming around. I was just too worried. I flinched every time the bat came. I was like, oh
Right,
no, I can't do this.
right, right. Hey, man, you know what? If it wasn't fucking baseball and it was like just me getting shot in the stomach with a cannonball and they gave me a $5 bill, I would have been much happier to do that job. I will just take the cannonball to the gut like the old school shit all day. You want me to fight a drugged up bear? Let's go. Like I would take those kind of jobs. Like forget this, T-ball, like you say.
Play
T-ball.
T-ball.
Yeah, you better be careful. It's not just the bat. The ball might come around and knock you out.
I got a ball right in the mouth one time. My teeth were all loose.
Heck, shit.
I'm lucky I didn't lose my teeth. They was loose though.
Whew. Yeah, man. That's a shame, man.
Shit's rough.
The
That's probably
the
the
first
biggest.
person that fractured one of my teeth was this kid. We were playing basketball, and he was shorter than me, and his whole skull came up and hit me up in the teeth, and it cracked. The first thing that happened, and just like anybody in the world, that spot leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. It just gets worse and worse. And when they were trying to work on my teeth, I was literally performing all the time in music, and I was like, I can't have the straightening braces or whatever because I can't sing for a month or whatever. Like I can't even afford that shit right now, you know. And it was the same as searching money when I was really young. It was the same fool's errand because even when I was trying to capitalize on that shit, then I go and work very heavily with one person, a piano player, guitar player, and she decides I want to learn how to play the drums. And then I decide I don't even have 4 months for you to learn how to play the drums, and now I have to quit. So success is a trap. It really is. There's no way around it. You got to be more. Now I've learned. Somewhere in my 30s, I learned to leave it all behind and just accept things as they come. But sheesh,
Yep.
it sucks when you
Yeah.
have a really good plan and it doesn't work because of such and such detail, but you got to give that up and make those details totally amenable. Let them change. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And then you'll succeed little by little. If someone hurts tapes, you'd be pissed. How could they hurt tapes? Tapes is, I think he can hold the ground there. I think he can hold his ground and yours. I think he can. Yeah, you talked about dude who gave you an issue until you had to regulate on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but if you have to, I know you will.
No, no
E-
exciting.
Even like, well, I mean, like Hillbilly was saying today, he won't do anything, but if he's confronted, I mean, he can't even answer that really.
Yeah.
We all just want to stay out of jail. I think that's the main part.
Exactly.
I think that's the
Because
main part.
this ain't the same world that it used to be. And
Nah,
people are play the victim. They'll be the one, the antagonizer, and then they'll be the one that assaults, and then they'll be the one that plays the victim and calls the police.
Anytime, like, okay, that's why I say at
Theoretically,
our age, at our state,
ever.
whatever, at our age, our
And
state, or whatever, if they've heard our name twice before, we don't want to get in a new one because a new one could be 10 years. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. They've already heard of us. They already don't like us. I got an FBI number. I got an FBI
yeah,
number. I don't know why. All they've ever done is help me, by the way. Like sometimes Dan, he hasn't been here in a while, guys, but if you see Not Good Dan, he's paranoid about him. They have only helped me, intelligence community. Really. They've done nothing but bail me out. They've been around. When I'm around the Pentagon, they're around the Pentagon. What's up, Jake? Jake wants to join in one of these days. So you got to email me, man. How
well,
could I anger tapes?
well, maybe hawk a loogie in his face. That might be where to start. That might be a good place to begin.
I wasn't aware that the Wachutu were biters.
So I hawked up. It means he really, really likes you. So he's hawking up big, huge loogies and hawking right on his face. Like,
Yeah, aren't I the popular one?
they come out all dripping in goo and shit. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, you missed this one. I did it today. Inquenzu Ocha. It means white devil, you know. Inquenzu
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Ocha.
Hell yeah.
Ever. Inquenzu Ocha.
It's all right. We handled it like men should. And actually, that's the way it went down. And so that it's done. That was the way it
Right.
should be.
Right. Nah, I wasn't concerned. I mean, I wasn't concerned about it. I'm just saying, you know, like that's how we are. Like, we can't even answer to it. It's just most of us kind of we just want to get out of trouble now. We don't want to be in it, you know. And like you said, it's all a narrative, man. A lawyer shows up. He says, "Let me paint a picture for you," and he starts from there. You know.
Oh yeah, you win, bro. You got more dollars. You win.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got to spend just as much to prove that they need to give me just as much back. You know what I mean? Just because it's obvious. Can I get them to admit to it? I don't know. Would they pay if they did? No, they don't have to unless I flex on them. They were not going to pay unless I flex on them. That's it. One choice, you know. So it's in
Yeah.
one hand, out the other. I still got to prove my point because I got to be right. Why do I have to be right? Same reason I don't want to be in trouble because I got to get my name on the record as being right last time and the time before. And, you know, I really have to do the same shit. Nobody's going to care, but I have to. I have to clear my good name, you know?
Sometimes there's nothing you can do though. You just have to walk away. The best move is to do nothing. A lot of times. I'm finding.
Sometimes, but lawyers they're independents too. They're no better than us, man. Sometimes you hold them to task and you have to meet in the middle, you know? Many what? Many Chicago. What do you mean? He said Chicago. It's like Chicago.
Chicago.
Jakey, Inquenzu
Chicago.
Ocha. Inquenzu Ocha. Ooh, ooh. You white devil.
Yeah, the whole thing is hilarious. The whole movie. What a character.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. He
Hey,
said that was the first. He said the first thing he really hit on, you know, because he lived in a good town, you know, for I guess Yuck Yucks or whatever for comedy, international comedy coming through Canada. He lived in a good place for that in Toronto. Eh? So, but he said the first thing that he really hit upon was when he was on stage and he would say, "Hey, how you doing? Alrighty then." He was basically saying, "I don't care." He's like, "I asked you, I don't care," and like that made him the kind of asshole that he wanted to be. You know what I mean? And so, like, Roger Ebert and what is it called, Ebert and Roper or whatever, they did like, a 1-star review or whatever of Ace Ventura, and it's famously the only review that they retracted and made a new rating for because they claimed that we didn't get it, we didn't understand, now we get it, you win, you know what I mean, that it was good. You know what I mean, we weren't up to you, we weren't up to that. But yeah, that sort of character that is a dismissive, I mean, he's an island, the man is an island, Ace Ventura, the character. Nobody in the world knows him. Nobody's his friend. The man's an island. You know what I mean? Like he exists on his own thought. He thinks the animals care. The animals probably don't care. That's the other subtext is nobody even cares. He's a lonely character.
nobody cares. It's just
Nobody
hilarious.
cares.
Like, well,
I
that's
mean,
that's like the everyman is that nobody really cares.
they don't know,
Like,
man. And the tragedy of that ends up being so funny, so bitingly funny. Because it's useless whatever you do, and you're trying so hard and you're working for, and you lost the squirrel, you know what I
it's
mean, like.
guano.
Yeah. And it turns out they weren't even lying. Like guano is the shit. Like when you guys are growing your plants, guano is the shit. Get yourself
Heck
some
yeah.
random food guano so you get a mix of it, and get yourself some earthworms so that they eat and shit their own shit. And guano actually rules.
I'd love to have a bunch of guano. They got the big bag. Last I looked is like 180 something dollars at our grow store. It's a 50-pound sack of the grow guano.
Yeah, yeah. It's never cheap. Yeah.
But that's the cheapest you can get it is in that big ass sack. Most of the time people buy like 3-pound bags or something, 3, 4 pounds.
I always say it's like that's like the rice rule, right? Rice, the price of rice is this. How much do you want to carry? I'll give you 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. You want to put 20 pounds on your shoulder? $15. You want 3 pounds that you can put in your bag? $15. They don't really care. It's like, how much do you want to carry? Do the work. Big ass sack, dragging to the floor, 3 inches from my knee. You're crazy, ever. I'm talking about rice. Ask Linguini about it, man. Linguini knows
Yeah.
about rice. You guys are
I
Fijian.
I got like a 25-pound sack of basmati rice up here. It's some nicer rice
Yeah.
and some long-term storage, but I got
Yeah.
lots of other rice.
Right, right, right.
I mean, the storage on that stuff is like virtually forever if you keep it stored right.
That's true. Yeah. My neighbors, you'll love this, ever. They were Southern Indian across the street, my neighbors. So well, they didn't want any pests or anything to bother their rice. So there was always 7 mercury balls on the top, big old balls of mercury to keep all the pests away. And then they would cook it and like fucking eat it and stuff with the mercury balls that they just pulled it out of. You see?
Oh,
I'm glad I've only eaten breakfast there like 4 times. Because I don't think eating mercury balls is good for the good for the brain long term.
right. That's not good.
Nah, probably not. But it keeps pests away, and it also keeps humans away from themselves.
Right. It'll mess you up.
Why would I love that Santa Claus is in this house delivering rice?
Big ass sacks. Yeah. Santa Claus. Hell yeah.
The son over there, his name was Raul, or we called him what we called him, but his name was Raul. He was allergic to like most everything, wheat, all kinds of shit. So we had to, everything was a preparation thing. I mean, he could have that rice, you know. But like I said, I'm glad I only ate there like 3 times. But even if he went swimming with me or something, he had to put something on his skin to protect his skin. He was very, very sensitive. And they were in the intelligence community. And that's why actually his father's modem and shit is where we first got on bulletin boards in like 86, 87. It was on his father's stuff because they were intelligence. My father had all that stuff, but he was in secure buildings underground and stuff. This was at their home. Yo, he's got all the balls.
Well, I think I started this like 2 years ago with the balls. I had a football before. I had a football for a few years now, like 3.5 years or something. But then I
Yeah, yeah.
started getting everything else. I'm like, well, I should get my toys back from when I was like a kid because shit, I'm gonna get old soon and I won't even be able to play with them no more, Even though there's nobody else to play with.
A
Whatever.
tennis ball and what is that game? Oh, a croquet ball. Do you have a croquet
Right.
ball that'll hit your knuckles every once in a while? That wooden ball.
Nah, I played that at my grandma's growing up, but I got horseshoes.
Right. There you go. That's good. I love throwing horseshoes. Yep. You got a tennis ball?
Yeah, for playing with Gus. I don't play tennis though. Just throw it for the dogs. Got two different footballs. I got a junior football and a full size regular NFL size.
Oh man. You've never seen? It's called The Amateurs. That's the second name for it, but it's this movie about a town. It's led by oh man, the Big Lebowski, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Jeff Bridges is the lead in it. Um, and it's about this town that's making an amateur porno on town money so they can raise money. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard of it. No, I don't think
Uh,
that doesn't
it's
sound. That's not
hilarious.
ringing. It's not ringing any
It's
bells.
hilarious. But he goes his it's his son's birthday. He's kind of a loser. He's pushed away from his wife and everything. They don't have a relationship. But his new son's stepfather obviously has everything, and they have like a basketball court inside so of their home and everything like that. And so he goes to the sports store to get him a ball, and he picks up a ball and it's like $50, and he's like, $50, that's a little bit much. Then they give him like the college ball, and they're like, well, this one's $30, sir. And he's like, well, is this the official ball that they use? And and he's like, no, sir, but this ball is very good for people with $30 or whatever.
That's funny.
And he's like, well, you guys got to hassle me. He's like, I'm going to tell people not to get come here or whatever. And he's like, I'm sorry, we're going to miss all the $30 customers or whatever. And before he leaves, he's like, could you gift wrap it for me at least? And they're like, sure, sir. And before they wrap it, he writes Michael Jordan on it. And then they gift wrap it in the store, and it's not the official size. And that's what's bothering him is it's a small ball. It's so funny. And then when he gets there, he finds out the kid's got like two real Michael Jordan basketballs. That shit's so funny, man. You need to see that movie, man. What's up, Outlaws? Oh shit. Lost your message. He plays the manliest sports. Yes. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. See, he's wearing softer colors. Soften up his image.
Oh yeah, a little
He
softer
went all
color.
the, he went all the way from like like baklava to soft colors now.
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
That's a good one, man. We got the whole range tonight.
hell yeah.
He's taking it all off. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it.
$5. $5. It costs $5.
$5,
I'm
yeah.
cheap, but I'm not that cheap.
One day we'll do a fire sale, man. Help me out, guys. $5. I need to pay the rent. I'll just like everything I grab is $5. You ready? The coffee cup I'm looking at. $5. You ready?
Ready?
Let's
It's
go.
about five
All right.
dollars.
What is this called? It's cologne. Yeah, whatever. five
Oh
dollars.
yeah.
Old
Five
Spice.
dollars.
It's Old
$5.
Spice.
$5.
$5. He's got five on it. Old Spice. $5. Marilyn Manson cassette. $5.
Been drying this. Dried this
What?
that silver sage real slow.
Okay. Okay.
I wonder if it's dry. Is it even dry yet? Oh yeah.
So you
I
got
think
Silver Sage,
yeah, it's
and you
finally
got
dry.
that lavender weed. Like you should grind them together and have a little smoke.
Oh yeah. Smoke the I used to smoke this stuff.
I think you should. It's not. It won't hurt you. I'll probably sneeze if I smoke it, but it won't hurt me.
Just like bong rip it looks like chloroform. Hell yeah. Like
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's what we were doing. Totally.
I'm taking care of my angina.
Oh, oh, you're doing the chloroform. Oh, okay, okay.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. He was talking about your your paper towel, but I'm just pleasing him, taking my Popper Kids stuff. Whoo, that's a lot of it right there. Whoo.
Yeah, I used to smoke that.
I did it to lower my blood pressure, and it worked. Now, unfortunately, I had to get an extra test for an A1C or whatever. It's exactly the same. I don't understand. Like, so I have to cut sugar somehow, and it's alcohol, obviously. So I'll just leave it alone. You know, it's like sometimes when Jimmy's like, "Oh, you're so fucking fat." I'm like, "What do you think I eat? It's just a fucking beer, dude." Like, I mean, you know, like whatever, you know. There you're saging the place now. No bad
Right?
spirits, man.
It's real dry.
My Old Spice, he wants $5. Yeah. I got five on it.
The Old Spice cologne.
Oh, this ain't $5 right here. Fuck you. Ghetto dope from the Fifth Ward boys. This is $35. I ain't playing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. $35 for this tape. Sorry.
I'll have to send you some of this, Joe, so you can smell it.
I love Sage. Absolutely. Does he believe in that?
It's
I mean, what is a sage? You know, a sage is a wise person. Why would that word relate if it didn't matter? You understand? You know what I mean? Ever like it matters. Sage matters. I'm from, I'm from the East Coast, so I'm kind of a willow tree spirit or whatever, because that's what we have over here. And I'm a tree when you look into the attributes of reincarnation ever, if you really do. If you really look into that, I'm a tree. I mean, no fucking shit, like we have a family crest, dude. It's a tree and a flying saucer, because I'm the tree and she's from outer space.
oh, nice.
That's our family crest, bro. So yes, I believe that sage stuff. Why would it have a name that meant so much?
It's pretty dry. It's pretty dry. It's just gonna carry on the ember until it burns the crap out of me here. It's gonna.
Ever have you seen the plate in the Srimad Bhagavatam of the tree? Yeah, the person that is reincarnated as the tree. Yes, you'll see. It's all in the Upanishad. Actually, it's all in here. Big old
Nice.
tree, big old tree hanging to my knee. It's not for you. It's just for me. Why ever? Why? Man, those are awesome tape shelves. Those things keep things like really tight.
Yeah. Reincarnated as a tree. Smoke me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What did Yeah, that's there's a Sublime lyric. If I were on a tree, tell me, would you smoke me?
Hell yeah.
Bright
Yeah.
lights. Oh, it's in DJs. Put me in a trance, but it ain't house music that makes me wanna dance. Yeah, that's a great song. I love Sublime, man. My father turned me on to Sublime. He was like, "Hey, son, my bass player friend, you're gonna love this fucking band because of the bass." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "Listen to this," and he was like, "Bum bum 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 bum." So he just dropped "Date Rape" on me, and I was like, "Oh." Because bass players, we love when we get to do, especially like in the dance hall or dance music, you get to go boom, 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 boom. That's your favorite thing of the whole day. When you just they get to hit that one note 4 or 5 times in a row in a drop or whatever, you go boom, 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 boom. That's your favorite part of the day. You're like, you start laughing, you love it, everything's great. You don't like to do the boring, like boom, 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 boom. We do that all day. Boom, 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 boom. That's what makes your day right there.
Yeah.
Tapes what? Tapes what? He never got in trouble for smoking weed, man. Did you talk?
Yeah.
Were you the one? Were you the one saying you had a friend that you had to hang outside the window and smoke with for hours?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
We used to
guitar
smoke with
player?
one of my friends. He played
Yeah.
guitar inside because his mom wouldn't let him leave the house, and we'd hang outside the window and smoke bud
That's like a graphic novel. This kid that's
for
like
hours
he's getting
all night.
awesome at guitar, but he can't go anywhere. So you guys come up to the window. Hey, play for us, Vato. We'll share our pipe. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was one of those.
you're good. You're good.
It was one of those meerschaum pipes, and it was a
Yeah,
lion. It was a lion head, and it had a little like coffin case that was shaped just like the pipe.
yeah.
It was the lion head pipe, and we passed that in and out the window for years.
That's so funny, man. That's so fucking funny. And dude is like an awesome guitar player because he's stuck there. You
He was badass.
there's another movie for you with Jake Gyllenhaal, Bubble Boy, because it sounds like Bubble Boy before he left home, man, being stuck there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You didn't get in trouble for smoking weed as a kid, right? It's probably different things that were an issue, right? Oh, Bubble
Yeah.
Boy is fantastic, Space Monkey, of course, yes. That's a
Shit was
journey. That's a good movie. $5,000. You want $500? $5,000? I can't remember which one it was. 500 or whatever. $500. You want $500? Yeah, man. The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Music by Mark Snow, starring John Travolta. Very old, great but very boring movie that you could watch if you want to. But fuck that. Why don't you watch Jake Gyllenhaal in Bubble Boy? Yeah, Mark Snow made the music for Boy in the Plastic Bubble. It's a classic spelling feature. It's a spelling TV film. It's very good, but you want $500? $500. Space Monkey knows what's up with Bubble Boy, man. You got to watch that one, man.
all right. Yeah, yeah. I've seen that before. I've seen it a
So,
couple times.
Galifianakis was in the booth selling the ticket to him, and he's like, "Psst, it's very hot in here. I have ankle weights on. Psst. I've lost 5 pounds already," and he's just sweating all over himself. That's the one Ever needs to see, though. He needs to see Push Bob, Space Monkey. Remember Push Bob and how he slaughtered the cow in the middle of the road with his ice cream truck, his religious truck. Whoops. Yeah, that's what Ever needs to see. That part was funny, man. You want five
I
hundred?
like this. I like the scene in the Big Lebowski where John Goodman and Jeff Bridges are down. They're in the house or whatever, and they swore they found the boy that had the money.
Right.
And they're all out there smashing the Corvette after questioning. Like,
Yeah,
telling them,
he's like,
you
hey,
have the
Tommy,
money.
you know what, Tommy? This is what happens when you fuck a man in the ass and they're destroying the car and all that. Dude, John Goodman, as far as playing unhinged, he's the fucking best. As far as like,
Like,
from 1 second to the next, it's like, oh my god, that guy blew up. And
this is
he
what
was
happens,
playing.
Larry. This is
Yeah,
what happens.
yep, yep. And also in that movie, you need to know for context, he was playing John Milius, the guy who directed Red Dawn. So like that's
All
the
right.
inside joke is he's playing John Milius. Because John
Okay.
Milius is an ultra conservative, gun toting dude who, had wild, sort of like escort and drug parties and stuff like that. And, he's just this unhinged character that the John character was based a bit on him, in reality. So John Milius.
Yeah, I like John Goodman in it's something Cloverfield Lane. I don't remember the house number, but
Like 69 or so. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember the number either. No. 69,
it's
I don't know
part of
why that
the
came to mind.
it's part of the whole other Cloverfield universe, though. I guess there are multiple movies about kind of the same thing.
Right, right.
Same like alien robot space invasion, kind of Orwellian.
Yo, what's up, Brian? John Goodman was also battling drinking heavy on the set. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you this, man. This is a conjecture, but I guarantee it. If you've ever seen Haters Back Off, like season one or whatever, that guy, that comedian that's in it or whatever that plays her uncle, um, he's totally drinking the whole time because he's completely dried out. His throat is so whiskey dry the entire fucking time. So hey, I'm not making that up. Just check it. Just check it up. You'll see. I am sure that was a struggle because that's a couple years, being like that. And I know his life wasn't normal. His life isn't normal when you're like that. Barton Fink? Hell yeah, man. That's a great movie, man. I love John Turturro movies on and off. I love everything he's in. I've already mentioned off grid to you, William H. Macy, and how, like, I'll follow anything he does. But when there's a Turturro and Macy movie, it's usually a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like all the Turturro movies, though.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, even back in Roseanne when John Goodman would like do his freak out scene, like it's fucking terrifying. You know what I mean? And he's in front of his family and you're like, he's about to hit his kid or something. It's terrifying. He's scary.
Yeah, I really like John Turturro.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of
He's been
drinking
in
in
a
the movie.
lot of movies just doing small parts.
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been too long. I don't remember it. Who's in that? Like Jack Nicholson and shit? I can't remember, man. What a bad thing. Yeah, it is a bad thing ever. It is a bad thing to drink in any professional setting. Um, you don't have to. So you're loosening a boundary there that doesn't need to be loosened, and it's not right for progress. Nah, you need to put it aside, man. It's a lower instinct. It's a lower instinct. It's not about business. You got to be present on hours. Like I have a Raj over here ever, and he sometimes he wants me to do his books, and he says you can drink if you want. I said no shit. I said if you contract me out to do your books, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? My wife used to do books for the barber over here before he died, and he didn't have any say in what she did on hour. I drink at the end of every minute. Cheers. That's okay.
It's
It's coffee. It stimulates the mind, man. It stimulates the mind. It's good for you.
some cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers. Hey, did you make cookies yesterday?
Well, I finished eating the last of them though tonight.
That's crazy because we finished eating the last of them yesterday after you mentioned it. We had the last of what I had left and we ate it yesterday. That's funny. It was good too. It was better because we undercooked it so much that we put it on spoons last time we ate it. But now that
Oh,
it had been sitting in the fridge, it hardened. So it was better.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It was so
Elizabeth
gooey,
Taylor,
we ate it on
Richard
spoons.
Burton, Sandy Davis, and
Oh,
George
that's
C.
in Virginia Woolf. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Have you seen that one? I don't remember it. I did, but I can't
I haven't
remember it.
seen that one either. I haven't seen that title yet.
You'll find it, man. It's out there. It's in the
Older,
classic.
older film, yeah. Classic. There's been a lot of classics lately that are popping up. I started expanding just like recently into kind of a little bit of horror thriller area because I like had passed a lot on those, but I've been enjoying
You,
watching some of them, kind of getting laughs out of them.
you told me that, but you had just come across such a good sci-fi haul that
Yeah,
I figured once you dip in one and the other, like one foot into one foot into the other, you're probably like both. Because yeah, the
yeah,
horror movies are all campy comedy and stuff. Who's
right.
afraid of me? Ever's afraid of me. Ever is silly. But yeah, I figured that would be good timing. That's why I say like Fright Night. I mean, it's a children's movie, literally,
I
It's
love
a
it.
comedy, so I figured that's a good one.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, remember, even though those guys are like 28 plus, Amanda Beers and
The evil.
yeah, they look a bit old, but anyways, it's a children's movie. Nobody believes them. They're kids. Nobody takes them seriously, and that's where the mayhem comes through. If the adults were able to intervene and take care of it, that's the protection that they lack. Tapes could survive the Evil Dead.
Yeah, we'll bore them to death. We'll bore them to death.
He won't survive the podcast topolis or whatever. Whatever actually happens here, whatever real disaster we're
Yeah,
facing.
the golden retrievers will take them out. That's what'll get them.
My daughter, she's dedicated to the rats, and I get it because I think she sees them coming. You know what I mean? Because all of us fools that won't move away from our, plumbing and everything long enough for them to fix it. Like the rats are coming. They're coming to take it over, man. So that's where my daughter she associates, and I'm like, I think you're right. The time of the rat is now.
Right.
You'll entertain the dead. That's good, Everett. Well, I guess it's late
Well,
enough that I better get out of here.
when they come up out of the ground, like I was watching it, I started watching the creep show or whatever. I think that did they come up out of the ground there in the cemetery or something? Yeah. I
Yeah,
started seeing
yeah,
that.
yeah, they did. Yeah,
It was like the old man was coming up out of the ground. Yeah.
yeah.
He
Yep.
totally killed his daughter and stuff.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
remember.
decent. That's a good one. I think part two is pretty lousy, and then they made a remake. But it's part one's pretty decent. It's pretty funny, man. Ted Danson, he's in that one sequence. I've seen that movie at a lot of like Creep Show at a lot of like Halloween parties. It seems like everybody is okay with it being on in the background and stuff like that. So,
Right.
but yeah, Ted Danson at the time was just starting Cheers, and he was like, eh. He was like, I'm in this show. It's about a bar. Nobody's gonna watch it or whatever. And then like that went on for like 13 years. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Uh-oh, I clipped out for a second. He offed himself. Well, I think I need to get going and go to sleep, man. But I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Thanks
You
for
bet you.
inviting me in the morning. I really wasn't ready, but I also didn't want to turn it down.
Right. All right. I'll let myself down. Have a good
All
night,
right,
Joe.
man. See you soon. Take
Later.
care. Okay, everybody, man. Thanks for the likes. Got up 8. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna get out of here, man. Is that okay? Peace out, Space Monkey. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a pal. Yo, guys, look at them colors. Sony Music Pops. Sony Music Pops. Beautiful, right? My friend has come with me from there to here. You know, there's brujeria on this tape. It used to probably have um, Weird Al or something on it in the 80s or whatever. It's not a very long tape, as you can see. It has very thick inner wheels and stuff. Monkey doesn't like you. Get out of here, Ever. Get out of here, Ever. Monkey is such a good guy. He likes everybody. Don't be silly. See y'all later. Oh, I did this one for my mom. My mom, when we had a fire upstairs, my mom was dropping us off at a hotel near the airport right now. There's a lot of guilty souls around there. We call them liberals. And so they'll put up with anybody's sob story and blah blah blah, and drop money all over the place for, wah wah wah. Well, we're staying over there at one of these hotels, and my mom's dropping me off, and this lady comes up to her and starts giving her the story. Oh, I got to go to the fucking market. I can't do it. Oh, well, how'd you get here? My mom, poor lady, she's stuck. I go out there. I tell this lady, I said, hey, shorty one. And I went like this. I said, hey, shorty one, you stay the fuck away from my mother. I don't believe a word you say, and neither does she. Get the fuck out of here. And my mom was like, what? And I went, and I gave her the nose wave. If you get the nose wave, that means get the fuck out of my face, shorty one. See ya.